There we are. We're live. We are live. We're back. And Truck and Tractor Pool fans. Oh, okay, here come the people. It's like, oh, come on, folks. Uh, Good evening. We got Dwayne with us. Dwayne's going to take care of that little place up on the hill we call Buck Motor Sports Park Complex, whatever it's called now, with the big Grand National that was there this past weekend. And we also have, I'm going to dub you, buddy. Are you ready? Here we go. The world's greatest mod turbo puller right here with us.
Oh, geez, don't say. Definitely
DJ
not
Boot.
that.
DJ Bootman was wheeling
Definitely
a
not
mod
that.
turbo tractor, but I own the hull. We'll leave it at that for now. But anyway, yeah, appreciate you joining us, DJ. Now he's going to go over what was a really good event for Snyder County. A great kids' day, pedal tractor pull looked to be a huge success. Just lots of giveaways, lots of toy giveaways, pedal tractors, uh, bicycles. I mean, toys, gift packs. I mean, if any kid was upset, something's wrong. Because I'm telling you guys really nailed it. A lot of good, great giveaways. And I didn't hear any crying, and I didn't see any pouting. So I'm sure all the kids are very happy. The parents, I'm sure, were pretty happy as well. So, and the fans, yeah, we had a rain delay, but I'm gonna tell you what, uh, you covered the track over, guys. Promoters need to, I know it's an expense, but when you can pull the tarp over back off the track after I don't know 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever it was, we took a break for the rain, and have to scratch a little bit and roll and get right back to it, and no change in the track. I'm telling you right now, man, that's the way to go.
Yeah, didn't even have to bring the disc out. They just went over with the
Yep.
scraper and roller, and we started right off where we left off. Like we were
Yeah,
about
exactly.
3/4 way through the class, and everybody agreed they were fine with just going with just continuing on. So that
Yeah, I
worked out
don't
real
see any
good.
difference. Don't see any difference. So covering the track
Awesome.
works for motors. I don't care what a certain organization says. Cover the tracks. It works. Anyway, I know it's an expense. Not everybody can do it. You got to have help to do it. Anyway, I guess I want to go ahead and I'm going to run through the results for Snyder County. I don't know if you have them with you, DJ, or not. I can do them, and you can just
Yeah,
you can tell us.
I can pull them up here, so
Okay,
we
you
can
can
go.
help out if you'd like. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll let you just lead off with enhanced farming was the first class. I'll take care of the second class because I want you in the third class. Man. You can read off the third class.
All right, so the first class of the night was the enhanced farm class, which usually is. That's how we usually break in the track. And the winner, once again, was Brooks Major with Mystery Case. And I'm pretty sure he won every pool so far this year. So that case is always tough to beat. So
Yeah. Yep.
he got another win. And then Caitlin Mainhart, Little Stinker 2, was second. Mitchell Stahl was third. And Joe Mundrick fourth. Brandon Yoon fifth with the rough case. I ended up sixth with Barnyard Kid, and Matt Dersham driving Chopper Reich's tractor, the Smoking Bandit, was seventh. Glenn Gardner the third on Mad Farmer, which that was the first pull of the year for Mad Farmer. They were waiting on some clutch parts, and they finally got it together, and Glenn got it out. And number one fan Elaine was there all weekend
Oh
long
yeah.
helping out. So glad to see those guys are back.
Yep.
And Ty Briner ended up third, which he would have ended up fifth or so, but
Yeah.
he got to bouncing and went over on RPM, so he was DQ'd.
Yes. Unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah. I saw the young Gardner, and he's a treat. Watch
Oh,
him run
Lane,
around.
he's definitely the
Gets his
entertainment.
mind on something. He'll turn and go, man. It's
Yep.
beeline. It's hilarious. Next up was the. I'll tell you what, a good class of run with your brung 4-wheel drives, man.
That was an awesome class.
Yeah, we got 9 trucks that showed up. That was awesome. Taking the win. I'm telling you, this young man is on a hell of a roll this year, and that's
That was
Zimmerman.
That was a spanking. That wasn't just a win.
Yeah, you're right.
Hook.
He had nice smooth hooks. The truck just set in the track and just kept couldn't ask for a better run.
Good
Carvin
for him
Zimmerman.
for having it set up right.
Yeah, Carvin Zimmerman the Outlaw at 350.85, taking the win. Second, John Waskov with Rolling Coal. Beautiful truck, good running truck, 335.74. Third was James Barter with the Barter Turbo Service Ford, 319.08. Fourth, Matt Holbrook with his new ride this year, Double Cross at 315.84. Fifth, Norm Newswanger back out. I believe that was the second hook on the truck this season, with Chapter 11 at 312 and 15. By the way, they're just not with us tonight because they are leaving early in the morning to head west for a big pool somewhere. That's why she's not with us tonight. Safe travels. Good luck out west. Okay, sixth place, Justin Gordon with the out of line Ford, 310.26. Seventh was Tyler Bagley with Controlled Chaos, 221.57. Eighth, Tom Hassler with a 172.64 with the Twisted Addiction King Ranch edition. Unfortunately, exploding, or I guess it was the fuel.
It was a fuel. Yeah, the
Fuel
fuel
tank.
can.
Fuel cell.
Fuel
Fuel
tank.
cell.
Yep.
A tank, yeah.
Apparently
What was
needed-
oblong became a basketball. And
apparently needed too many returns and took the vent line off of it or something.
no. And let's see, Derek Nearhood rounded out the class in ninth at 142.54. Good class of trucks. It's good to see that many run with your brungers there. Next up's that Mod Turbo Super Farm class, DJ.
The winner of the class was the guy from down your neighborhood, JR, was Nick Morrison.
Right up the road. Just right up
With
the road about
Toxic.
15 minutes, yep.
Yep, 336.21. Second place was Vern Zerby with Double OZ, 327.58. And third place at 327.05. So there was half a foot between second and third. But third place was Ray Belak on Raging Red. Fourth place was Josh Beachel on Hustlin' Harvester at 317.32. Fifth place was substitute driver DJ Boop on Black Stripe Addiction, 316.88.
Black Stripe Addiction in the Mod Turbo class?
Who was
It
the
is.
substitute driver?
It was the man with the bionic hip. He's still on recovery, so I was a guinea pig on the new setup for Black Stripe Addiction.
Nice.
I thought you was going to say it was Tammy driving. Okay.
She would have got first place if she would have been
I
driving.
tell you,
Most likely.
first trip down the track with that setup in Monterey, I would be very happy. It was a very good guess.
Good
That
for you
was-
guys.
Yeah, we're kind of outgunned with that setup, but I mean, we know what we can do with it, and yeah, definitely learned a lot there.
Yep.
But sixth place was Corey Eberhardt, Gold Edition, 310.58. Seventh place was another substitute driver, was Caitlin Mainhart on Little Stinker at 292.73. Eighth place was Vern Zerby, Z Unit, 236.93. Ninth place was Vern Zerby, Dr. LZ, at 1996. He had some problems coming off the line, blew off the crossover pipe.
Mm.
And then 10th place was Aaron Eberhardt. On the hammer down, he was DQ'd for going out of bounds. It was tricky track. It depends where you sat on the start line. If you were kind of center to right, it pulled you to the right off the line. And I had a little bit of problems with that. I know Caitlin had problems with that, and Aaron had big time problems with that, and he ended up going out of bounds.
It's unfortunate. It was a good class of tractors.
It was.
And again, that was the class that the rain delay occurred in. The class met right after the rain was done.
Yeah, and Corey Eberhardt was the first one right after the rain, and he ended up sixth. And
Yeah.
Ray Belak pulled after the rain, and he ended up third. So
Right. Yeah,
those guys were right up there in it.
It didn't change. There was three tractors left when they covered the track, and they covered it just in time. It didn't get
They covered it right. Yep, we got it covered right before the rain started, and pretty much when we got off the track from covering, that's when it did start. And we never got a real hard rain, but it was just enough to be a pain in the butt. So we dealt with it, and I think I watched the Rolling with the Davis video, and she said it was an hour and a half. I don't know how long of a rain delay it was, but we made it work.
I don't know if it was that long, and I don't remember sitting in the truck that long. I know it was long enough to eat the other half of my sub with Cindy. Dinner while we sat there. I don't think it was that long.
talking about rain delay, what time did y'all get done then?
Before 12.
Yeah, right before midnight.
Okay.
Still before
So
12.
yeah, it was we had kept it moving along real good actually.
First Street Gas 4x4. 3 trucks. Come on, guys. Where are the guys at? This is a good class. Great club. I don't know why.
You had some competition in
Yeah,
Bloomsburg, the
of course we
four-wheel
did.
drive jamboree.
Of course. Imagine that. Anyway, I'm not going to get fired up about that. But anyway, taking a win, Kyle Harder with 6th Obsession, the Chevrolet at 300.22. Second, Carl Burrell with a really stick-looking Dodge called
Whatever it takes.
Whatever It Takes. Thank you. I couldn't remember. 293.92. And third, Craig Shaner with Unlimited Pleasure. 269.55. Looked like he had a little stumbling going on getting off the track and off the line. You can't miss that truck. That's a bright orange. It's a pretty truck.
That is a beautiful truck.
Yes. Unfortunately,
Craig-
I'm there, but
Craig was one of the guys that helped out a lot with Kids Day with donations and stuff like that. So
Good
he
for him.
definitely he helps out the club a good bit.
2.6 Pro Street diesel 4x4. You want to handle that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Number 1 was David Orwin, which he has a couple wins this year already. He was first with 321.54. Second place was Matt Mace with Little by Little at 309.95. David and Matt, they're having a pretty good battle between the two of them. I think Matt won at Selinsgrove in May, and then David got him here in June. Or Matt won in June, David won in July. I forgot what month we're at.
Yeah.
Third place, Kyler Zeckman with 306.14. And fourth place was Javi Wright with Flirting with Disaster, 299.09. So,
now we got a name for the truck. I didn't know that.
Yep, we do. I saw that on the results there this weekend. So
writing that down now.
Nice little tight class there. I mean, wish we had a little bit more numbers, but I mean, those guys are definitely diehard and committed to the club, and they're all local and good little class right there. They're always tight together.
Yeah, they all get along too.
They do. Yep.
It was comical.
I think David works on a lot of this. I know David got Matt's truck back together. Okay. David did the motor work all week long, and then Matt put the motor back in the truck here late in the week. So yeah, they all work together.
I know. After Dave ran and they announced the distance, he was the winner. Matt Mason, the sidelines. I'm going to protest that. Of course, he was joking. But, it's cool that they can, playing joke with them. Anyway, hot stock tractors, 10,500 pound hot stock tractors. Man, taking first, Terry Tanner. That tractor is just, I don't know, something else. Can't be beat. Can it be? I guess it can be beat. I've seen it.
They got beat one time this year, but you got to have your ducks in a row to do it.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, Terry Tanner takes a win, 360.55. Second place, Nelson Harding with a Road Gear Road Crop at 331.96. Third, Brad Kramer with the Fence Road Deer at 329.97. Fourth, John Foreman. It's always something. John Deere at 320.03. Fifth, Lucas Criswell. Look at there, getting the top 5, man, with the Showcase, 315.11. Sixth was Matt Houck, the old red, at 315.05. Would have been here tonight, but probably still belling hay, I guess. But hey, up. Seventh, Ray Belak. Hot stock. I don't know if it's just in time, it's called. Yeah. 313.47. Eighth is Jeff Brenninger with the Red Law at 302.36. And unfortunately, not being able to make the call was Matt Sudall, who ended up with a broke. He never made it to the sleds.
Yep, I think he had like fuel pump problems when he was trying to get it up to the track.
That's a shame. 3.0 Limited Pro is next up. DJ.
Another class. We wish we had more numbers in it, but the guys that are in it are real tight together, and you'll kind of see that in the results here. But number 1 was second one of the year was Brennan Fink, No Mercy, 324.43. Number 2 at 324.09 was Jason Heinbach. And then third was Greg Walker at 321.19. So 3 feet between the top three of
Yep.
them. So
Very competitive class.
it was.
Did Greg-
And Brendan and Jason, they were also big helps with Kids Day. Brendan, he donated ice creams for all the 200 goodie bags, and Jason Heimbach donated the goodie bags. So those two were big time helps for the Kids Day also. And
Also
same
was-
thing with the 2-6 class, Matt Mason, David Orwin. They did a lot of donating for it also. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was going to ask
Ru-
you, DJ, was Greg's dad with the crew on Saturday?
he was, yep. He was
Okay.
there. I talked to him Saturday night.
Gotcha. I saw somebody at the Buck, which I thought might have been him, but I wasn't sure. I couldn't determine.
He was there Friday night, he told Dad.
Okay, that's when I
And
seen him then.
then they went pulling Saturday night.
Yep, good for them.
Yep, I talked to Leroy there. Good. He always comes up and talks to me at the pools.
Mhm.
That's a good crew. The Walkers are.
Yep.
100%. Wild Street rounded out the night. 8 trucks. I've seen it less, and I've seen it a whole lot more. But 8 trucks, all but one made great passes. Really, taking the win, Kevin Regal with his Chevrolet at 334.60. Second was Mitchell Perlasky at 329.85. Third, Derek Bressler at 325 and 47. Fourth was Cody Hazelton at 316.03. Fifth was Garrett Siebold at 315.96. Sixth, Jason Schroeder at 314.29. Seventh, Dalton Eves, 276.39. And rounding out the class, Jacob Kiesling at 54.97 with some issues going on there. But all in all, the rain got us, but we beat Mother Nature. All in all, we had it was a great time. We enjoyed ourselves. Sydney had a ball taking pictures, and we got them posted. I know I got a lot of other events to post, and I'm getting to them, folks. But, I was really impressed with her work up there, and I said, I got to get these on now.
Yeah,
So-
she did. And she did an awesome job with the pictures, plus also doing the national anthem. So whenever she comes wet to the pools, we definitely want to.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to use her for that.
Oh, yeah, she loves to sing. She's a singer. She's a singing, man. That's for sure. Yeah, Dwayne, I'll catch that in just a minute.
Yep.
But do you care if I touch a little bit about Kids Day? Kind of sum that up.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say one thing here real
ahead.
quick, and it's all you. Yeah, absolutely, DJ. Yeah, I did not know that, Tara. Thank you for sending that message. Everybody, just put a prayer up there for Hank Oster. He's in the hospital fighting some health complications. Keep him in your thoughts and prayers. Hank's, in case you haven't noticed, he has not pulled this year, and we knew there was something just wasn't right, and hopefully he gets through this okay, and we get him back out sometime. The prayers out to Hank Oster and family. Thanks, Tara. Okay, DJ, it's all you, buddy.
Just kind of wrapping up with Kids Day. Matt texted me there were 50 kids for the pedal pools, and
Wow.
we did that beforehand. So we did that at the beginning of Kids Day. We had 50 kids for that. I think it was at ages 3 to 8, or maybe it was 3 to 10. But yeah, and we had winners. Each winner of each age class. I think we had like 4 age classes. Each winner got a pedal tractor, a boy and a girl. And then second place got a toy tractor. So we had the pedal tractors donated. So that was really cool. All those kids were real happy about that. And then I think we had like over 70 or 80 giveaways, like raffle giveaways that we did. So, and we had 12 bicycles that we gave away. Everything was donated by pullers, sponsors, fans. We had a lot of donations there. So definitely thank you to all the pullers and people that helped out with that. And we did have a couple of the tractors were set up on display. People were able to go around, look at tractors and trucks, and able to sit on some. And we had 200 goodie bags, and all 200 of those were handed out. And there were donations like toys.
Wow.
There were some small toys, like I said, the ice cream tokens. They were in the goodie bags. So yeah, all in all, definitely we had that from 4 to 6 beforehand. So everybody was pretty happy about that, and already kind of planning on next year what we want to do again. So try to make it better, bigger and better each year.
It's a great way to get the kids involved in it. I feel sometimes like the kids get a little bit the short end of the stick because we're running a dangerous operation with a lot of machinery and stuff around. We don't give them the time of day too much because we don't want anybody to get hurt. And to make a special event for like that is a huge deal, especially for kids and the community.
And I know, like, it kind of depends where you're at. It's kind of hard to go down to the pits, or some people, I don't want to say are scared to go to the pits or whatever, but not everybody thinks about doing that. So having a day before the pool like this where it kind of gives people a incentive to go down to the pits and see the tractors and stuff. So it definitely helps out that way.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, I didn't see an angry tear or angry nothing.
Yeah.
All I saw was a bunch of happy kids having a good time.
I know my son was a little upset.
Whatever.
He wanted to take everything off the table, so we had to keep him away from the table. So he got a little cranky about that. But
well, Grandma and Grandpa would just have to take him out to the toy stores and take care of that problem. Right, Grandpa?
But plus we had hot dogs donated by the Squeeze In, which is the new sponsor for the club this year. They also threw in some, which the Squeeze In is a hot dog, I guess a hot dog restaurant shop. I don't know how you want to say it, but in Sunbury. So they donated the hot dogs for us, and like Bimbo Industries, they donated the hot dog buns. So there are a lot of companies that stepped up and helped us with putting it on.
So who had to cook the hot dogs?
The one guy that helps in the t-shirt trailer, Kurt Wengert, he cooked all the hot dogs ahead of time and then brought them in a roaster.
Nice.
Was able to hand it out that way.
I should have been there. I could have maybe got one.
Could have got a hot dog. Yep.
I didn't even know they were.
Yep.
Well, I was under the impression that if I showed up, I was going to be put to work. And
we can always use help on the track too, but we had plenty of track help too. So definitely thanks to the guys that make that happen. Old Spiggy, he earned his cape again this year. I don't know if you remember last year at championship night when he jumped over the barrier.
Yeah, he did it again.
No, he was Johnny on the spot when Tommy Hassler blew up his fuel tank. Spiggy waved him down right away before it made too much of a mess. So
yeah, that's good. He's staying alert.
He's one of the best starting flagmen around.
Yeah, for sure. I enjoy working with him.
Got to get him a Superman cape.
No, the reason I said I would be put to work if I show up there, I actually got a phone call a couple weeks before the poll asking if I would help, but I was busy. So.
Okay.
Yes,
but
sir.
Yeah, we had Mellsworth Chips. They're a sponsor again this year, and they also donate the little chip bags for the hot dogs also. So yeah, a lot of local companies stepping up and helping put this on. And we definitely thank them for that.
Yeah, there's little sponsors help. None of them little. Everyone's big sponsor.
Yeah, yep. It's how many we got. It's kind of hard to remember what everybody did for it.
Yeah. Gets to be a lot.
You had also mentioned talking about the West End Fair.
I just wanted to say tonight about some of the new stuff that or the new classes or what we changed this year at the West End Fair. I guess the biggest things will be Tuesday night. We are bringing back the Wild Street class at the fair. We're kind of doing it a little bit different than what everybody else is. We're going to have two classes of Wild Street. One will be for the interstate points. I know interstate kind of has their own rules. Everybody else has different rules. So we're kind of opening up for everybody. So interstate's going to have their points class, but then also we're running the Beast of the East Snyder County class also. So there's two classes of Wild Street. So if you have a Wild Street truck, you should be able to pull either one of the two classes. And they'll be pulling Tuesday night with the interstate mini rods, the big blocks and small blocks, and the 4,500 4x4 trucks. And then
Everybody pulling on the same sled Thursday night?
no, we'll use the big sled for the Wild Streets.
Okay, that's what I was curious about.
We'll use the little, we got the little sled for the mini rods, and I don't know which one they'll use. I know Brian really likes using the little one with the 4x4 trucks, but I don't know how they'll attack that. That's up to Krause's, how they want to go about it.
Yep.
But we'll use the big sled for the Wild Street then. And then, I guess I kind of skipped over to Sunday. Sunday's garden tractors, barely controllable pulling. They're putting them on this year. So we want to thank those guys for coming in and helping us out. Then Monday, since we've been talking about pedal pools, Monday night at the fair, August 3rd, that is the pedal pool night. We always have a gigantic turnout of kids for that. And I talked to Alan Ard. He is, again, giving out free ice cream for the kids that do the pedal pool. So, like, after they do their pedal pool, they can go over and get a little ice cream from Alan Ard. And I can't remember what his trailer is called, but yeah. So kids get ice cream that night. Then, like I said, Tuesday is the Wild Street and the mini rod night. Or Tuesday is the Wild Street mini rod night. Wednesday, we have the rodeo by Bull Ride Mania. Always an awesome turnout for that night. Thursday night is our antique night, doing 45, 55, 65, and 7,500 pound classes. 45 and 55 are small tires, 15.5, 38s. 65 and 75 are big tires, 18.4, 38. 4 mile an hour all night long. If anybody has questions, get a hold of me. We do allow the cut tires. I say no double cuts. What I call double cuts are what we deal with, the V-cut tires. We don't want those in antiques. What the antiques call double cut is front edge and back edge. We allow that. So
yeah,
no
be
V-cut.
specific about that. You know what I mean?
I know. But no V-cut tires. When I tell guys that, they understand it then. So no V-cut tires for the antique guys. But that's Thursday night. Friday night is mostly Snyder County classes. Enhanced Farm, Hot Stock, 3.0 Limited Pro trucks, and our Pro Street gas truck class, and the Light Pro 4.1 Limited Pro class. Then also this year, we are throwing in Run What You Brung cut tire trucks. So we're kind of hoping to work with Beast of the East, try to get those Run What You Brung guys to our pool Friday night. Then Saturday night, they can go over to Beast of the East. Yep. So, yeah, bring back the Run What You Brung class at West End Fair. I know some guys were asking about that. So, kind of by the sounds of it, talking to some guys there Saturday night, they're looking forward to it. They said that they were going to come. So, cool. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, I got it penciled in for.
Yeah, you should be good to videotape that night.
On Friday, yeah.
Hopefully.
Friday night, and then go home, and then, yeah, I hope. It all depends on.
I know how that works.
I can tell you one thing. It's just, whoops, I didn't mean to flip anybody off there. It's kind of hard to have that splint on that finger, But anyway.
Show everybody how you really feel, JR.
I plan not to miss any, but I guess we'll see what happens.
But
I plan to be there Friday night.
Good deal. Then Saturday during the day, we do our heavy farm tractor pace classes, which we start at 10,000 pounds, go up to 12,000, 14,000, and 16,000 pounds. Those are 6 mile an hour pace. Then this year, we're doing something a little different. We're going to do like a 8 mile an hour pace at 16,000 pounds. So let them go a little bit faster and maybe separate the men from the boys. See how that works. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday night is we kind of do a mixture of Snyder County and interstate classes. I guess there's only one Snyder County, but mostly interstate classes, which this year we are bringing back the Pro Farm class, which I know some of these guys up around here that run the hot stock, they got the interstate box charger, and they still got their top cuts. They ran at in the class at Keystones. So this year we're bringing back the Interstate Pro Farm class. Then we have the Snyder County 2.6 Pro Street diesel trucks, Interstate Mod Turbo, which the Mod Turbo class this year we're doing a little bit with Snyder County. It's kind of be both points for Snyder County and Interstate. So like the Snyder County guys they'll get points for both. But we're kind of working together.
Say you finish in the whole class as a whole, you finish 4th, but you're the first Snyder County tractor. You're going to get first place Snyder County.
First place. Yep. We're not going to, it won't be any extra money. It's just kind of doubling up on the points for a couple of those guys, really. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, those guys, the Snyder County guys will just pay in a little bit more to give the points money at the end of the year for their class. But that's the only thing that we're doing with that. So, yeah, so Interstate Mod Turbos and then Interstate Modified Tractors, 10,000 open. Then this year we're going to run a semi-class, which talked to Will Shuey there Saturday night, and he's pretty excited about it. And he said that he'll spread the word about the semi-class. So it's going to be like a hot street semi-class, not what Atlantic runs, not like a 4-1 semi-class, but more like a hot street.
Before.
We did. It's been a while. Yep.
Hot street.
Yep.
And it was pretty good.
It was. Yep. So yeah, a couple new classes this year at the fair. Going to try to see how that works, and I shouldn't say new classes. Bring back some of the older classes that were a big hit. So, yeah, we're kind of doing some improvement at the fairgrounds. Where our last set of wooden bleachers right now are being converted to aluminum bleachers. Wow. So we're working on that right now. So other than like the small wooden ones, we're not going to change those over yet. But
well, hurry up, get it done. You got a week left.
Well,
3 weeks.
That's the problem.
3 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yep, but now we're changing that over and changing over our scales also. I don't know. The pullers know our scale kind of had like I'm going to say like camel hump in it, and so we're kind of changing that a little bit. It's still going to be at the same location, but it's going to be flat and in the ground and trying to make that a lot nicer than what it was before so we can do the scale. We can do the scales and do the hitches all at one spot.
Good deal. So you're saying you'll check the hitches on the scale?
Yep. Because before we had to kind of roll the tractors off the scales to check the hitches, but now we'll be able to do it all at one spot.
So you're saying that you're flattening the scale deck?
Yes.
I gotcha. Yep.
Well, we won't be using the same deck. We're changing the deck up, but
gotcha.
It's still going to be at the same location, but it should be a lot nicer.
Cool.
Sounds
It's a fun
exciting.
place too. Lawton's fun. Lawton's a fun place.
I'm going to be up there the first Sunday, but there ain't much going on the first Sunday.
We have the FFA. They do a car show, and that was a big hit last year. So hopefully that's getting a little bit bigger for them. So, but yeah, Sundays are a free day at the fair. We don't charge any entry to the fair, and we have like a Vesper service, and some of the food stands are open, but not all of them, and rides aren't running yet. So there's not too terribly much going on, but there's a little bit going on to get your feet wet for the rest of the week.
Still be something to do. Yeah, cool.
All right, cool deal. Get up there. West End Fair, right in Marlton, PA.
Yep, August 2nd through the 8th, the first full week in August.
There you go. Yep. I always say I'm going to be there for the whole week, but I can't make it happen.
I will say,
especially now.
Talking about going for the whole week, I did book Brian Yeager from Tuesday till the end of the week, so that's pretty. He always does a good job announcing, so pretty excited about that.
Cool.
Where you at, Dave May? Dave's in chat. He will.
Dave, he did me a favor last year. He came up Tuesday night, and it was kind of in the middle of the week, and he was working, and I knew it was going to be hard for him, but he did me a favor last week, so I definitely appreciate that. But no, Brian's coming up, and every year when I ask Brian, I always ask him, so are you going to announce at our fair? Well, I think people are getting tired of hearing me all the time. Maybe I should take a week off. I'm like, or take a year off. I'm like, Brian, people are still listening to AC/DC and they love it. So you're coming to our fair.
We never get tired listening to Brian.
Nope, he can't get out of it that easy.
So he's like a textbook. He's a walking, talking textbook for trucks and tractors. And
Oh, he does a lot of announcing for Interstate, doesn't he?
He does. He's been kind of back a little bit, but yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does do a lot.
So he knows all those guys coming in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do have one question there for Dave, if you're still in chat. Did you get rid of that frog out of your throat yet? I'm just curious.
Yeah. Was that Dave or was that the sound system?
It's a sound system.
Oof.
The wireless mic was giving him a fit. He sounded got a big old bullfrog in his throat sometimes. But I guess did he just retire for the night or go home or
he had
after the rain delay?
He had to work. I don't know if he had to go to work that night or next morning, so he didn't want to stay too terribly late. So kind of worked out. Tabby Houck, we asked her, which is Matt Houck's cousin. We kind of got her on board at the first pool, and kind of just going over sponsors. And she's a Houck. She likes to talk, so announcing just kind of goes right down the road for her.
She did a good job.
She did an excellent job. She did.
She didn't let too much dead air time in. That's very important for her.
And she does know a lot of the poolers, like especially the local ones there. She does know a lot of them, so she was able to give a little backstory about them. Well, that's definitely good.
I think everybody knows Brian. Brian's, like I say, he's a walking, talking textbook.
So you didn't have did you have the famous Chase Steinman there?
No, he was in Bunker Hill.
Okay.
This weekend, I believe.
They were rained out Friday, but they did get the full side.
Yep.
We didn't go live because Chase didn't have his not Chase's fault, whatever. It's nobody's fault. It just didn't happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
One day, maybe I'll have the capability to do that. With a cell phone at that place, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
I gotta have Starlink or something.
It's too grainy.
Maybe one.
Starlink costs money.
But Starlink is pretty good though. I changed my internet at home to Starlink, and it was like night and day.
Yeah.
We have great internet here. I don't live in the middle of Pennsylvania either. But, I mean, we're out in the country here pretty good. But the cable, it's still cable. But anyway, yeah, that's great. It was a fun night. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that I missed it. It's just too much stuff going on in the summer.
You're getting ready to tell us all about your exciting weekend. A little further south. I'm just gonna touch base on a couple of Atlantic events real quick. If you're done, DJs, or something else you wanted to add? Or?
I guess I can say a little bit of Snyder County where we're at next. Friday night, 2 of our classes, the Enhanced Farm and the Hot Stock, they're going to be at the Lycoming County Fair at Hughesville. They're running with a bunch of interstate classes.
How much further north is that from Selinsgrove? That's not far.
From Selinsgrove, it's 30 minutes maybe.
You're across the river on 147.
147 turns to 180. Yep.
Yeah, 180.
That's why I go to New York.
Yep. Up in Muncie, Hughesville, which if you ever want to have a good laugh, go and just look up Hughesville Township.
Oh, I've been around.
Facebook.
I've been around this. Oh, yeah.
That's pretty interesting with the township going on up there. It's pretty comical, but that's politics.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so we're at Hughesville Friday night, and then I believe we have a week off. Well, Snyder County has a week off. Interstate has a real busy week next week.
Interstate's just getting revved up, man. Phew.
Oh my god,
they stay busy fair season.
Dad talked to Guy Gokenhauer today or yesterday, and Guy's like, man, we have like 5 pools all in 1 week, and they're all up north pretty much. He's like, I ain't hardly gonna be home that week. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough one. But so after Hughesville, I think it's the 28th. Let me look here at the calendar just so I'm right. 27th. 27th, we are at Montour de Long Fair with the tractor classes. All 4 tractor classes. Montour de Long Fair in Washingtonville, and then Tuesday the 28th. the 3 truck classes will be at Montour alone, Washingtonville Fair. So, and then, then that leads into the Union County West End Fair then.
Yep.
So our fair season is just getting kicked off here.
Atlantic's had a couple of weeks off. We've got, I believe, one more weekend to go, and then we're going to roll into, I guess, would be one of my hometown pools here in Bel Air, Maryland. That's going to be July 24th and 25th, both nights, 7 p.m. start time. That's the Harford County Farm Fair here in Bel Air, Maryland, down there in Bel Air. ABC York 466 Hot Farm tractors, the modified tractors, limited pro stock semi trucks, and the East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks, both nights. 7 p.m. July 24th and 25th, Harford County Farm Fair, Bel Air, Maryland. July 28th, this is when we get a little busy here. We got a little bit of a week, nothing like interstate runs. July 28th, 7 p.m., we're at Summon Station, Pennsylvania for the Schuylkill County Fair. ABC York 466 Hot Farm tractors, modified four-wheel drive trucks, limited pro stock semis, East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks. And the following night, July 29th, 7:30 p.m., we're at the Lebanon Area Fair, Lebanon, Pennsylvania, with the ABC York 466 Hot Farm tractors, modified four-wheel drive trucks, limited pro stock semi trucks, East Coast Diesel 4x4, Weimer Performance Super Stock Pro Stock tractors, and for the first time in, I can't even fathom to remember, a Lebanon Fair with the modified tractors, but we got them there this year. So that's going to be fun. July 29th, 7:30 p.m. And July 31st, to round out the month, 7 p.m. in Winchester, Virginia, modified four-wheel drive trucks, limited street diesel 4x4 trucks, and the light pro stock tractors. 7 p.m. at Winchester, July 31st. So then we get pretty busy in August as well, but we'll see about next week.
Yeah, talking about the Lebanon Fair, I saw that Interstate Mod Turbos are there the first Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, see how the weeks go and how getting ready for fair goes. Maybe might have to come down to Lebanon.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. What night is that?
Saturday, starting the fair. It would be
is that the truck
Saturday?
night?
Yeah, it's a Saturday. Okay. It's the Saturday right before we go to Schuylkill, and
it's 25th. It's
and Wednesday. Yep. Yep.
I may get shot if I go up there and don't stay at Bel Air. But anyway, that's all so far that we have. Again, prayers, keep your prayers out for Hank Oster. Hope we can get him feeling better. All right, Dwayne, we're going to turn it all on to you. You got the world on your shoulders now, buddy.
Well, Friday evening, I got in there to the Buck, and it was loaded. It was packed. Everything was full the whole way through the facility, plus there was a huge pit area. It was a huge pit area outside that was loaded. Almost everybody runs semis for their haulers because they're running long distance. So the place was full, and I knew right away that the pits are going to be packed. So we packed the pits in like sardines. We had a nice figure eight, like 3 figure eights going among each other, and we managed to. We had rain right at start time, so we lost an hour plus before we got going. Salvaged the track, and the first class out was Super Stock Open, the Grand National Super Stock Open, and coming in first place was Colin Ross with triple bypass at 296.92. It was the only diesel at the entire event, and it was exciting to see him come down the track, but unfortunately had some kind of issue in the rear end with his tractor that wasn't going to play nice, so they decided to can it. So they only pulled on Friday night. Second place went to Bob Gansimer out of Platteville, Wisconsin, with Ruttendeer at 288.97. Third place, Scott Whitworth out of Missouri with a John Deere called Field Forged at 287.04. Fourth place was Zane Deli out of Iowa, driving Rutten Deere 2 at 281.00. And fifth place was Brian Diekman with the original Judge. He was out of Ohio with a Massey Ferguson at 279.98.
For so many years, I don't mean to interrupt, so many years, you hear the name Brian Diekman, you think of Rat Poison, Twin Allison Power, and Triple Allison Power at one time. Now he's on the Superstock. It's pretty neat.
Yeah. Sixth place was Cody Chisek with Considered Armed and Dangerous. And unfortunately, Cody had the crankshaft break on his tractor, and it shot parts out the bottom. And three spectators were hit with flying engine parts. It was mostly rod bolts and small pieces of cast. One person actually had a bloody forehead from getting hit. And
don't get too graphic.
Okay.
But
everybody was okay.
It was okay.
Everybody was okay. The guy with the guy that got hit in the had a bruise on his head.
And that was the son of a puller.
Yeah. He refused treatment because he didn't want to miss the pull. So they recommended some more treatment there at site from EMS. And
actually, I think he did go to the hospital
afterwards.
I think they made him go afterwards.
Oh, they did make him go. Okay.
To be safe.
So, what you said that there was pieces of cast?
Yeah, there was small pieces of cast. So the crank broke completely off. Like the whole lobe of the crank broke off.
I saw a picture of that. Yep.
And everything came out the bottom, and it shook parts and bolts. There was a person that got beamed in the stomach by a rod bolt, but everything there was a camera on that track showing that happening, and everything kind of came out the bottom and then through the catch fence.
Well, I'm just kind of surprised that I figured that would have been like billet crank, billet block.
Billet. Didn't look billet to me.
Okay.
So
I'm not exactly sure of the rules there for that class.
Let me say it this way: a piece of crank. Don't quote me on cast. I said a piece of crank. Yeah. I didn't have the pieces in my hand. Yes. That's just old school mentality saying cast. So it was a piece of the crank or pieces of something. When
I just figured it all would have been billets, but I'm not exactly sure on that. The rules.
There's a high likelihood that it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So everything ended in it was resolved at that point. So I gotta go back.
Were they running two tracks that night?
We were running two tracks. That was on the west track, and I guess I'll do both classes on the west track first. Sorry, this is a little bit hard to navigate. The second class on the west track that ran after the Superstock Open was the Grand National two-wheel drive trucks. Coming in first place was Kelly Nichols from Ohio with one Fine Edge Ford at 332.01. In second place was Tim Beatty from Tennessee with a truck called Lumberjack at 322.93. Third place was Russ Nichols from Ohio, driving a Ford called On the Edge at 319.07. In fourth place, Jacob Shepard from Michigan, driving a Chevy called Alcohol Addiction Retap. His distance was 310.02. And fifth place was Christy Seacrest from Ohio with a Ford called Nothing Easy About It at 307.05.
Not easy about it.
Not easy about it.
Yeah, okay, easy. You're right. I look at all the stuff and it has apostrophes and like short words and abbreviated words, and that's exactly right. But I do have to do sixth place yet. And sixth place was Steve Wilson from Maryland with Dirty Money at 301.06.
Now, how many trucks
There was 25 in the two-wheel. Let me scroll to the bottom here. Sometimes they don't all. I have, 25.
No, there was 30 some signed up.
There was 25 in the two-wheel drive class. There was.
Hey, you can get 25 two-wheel drive trucks. You're doing something.
There was. It's a double scrolly deal, and it throws me for a loop.
I know the classes that they ran at the Buck with NTPA, they were, other than, like, they didn't run Pro Stock. That's probably the biggest national class, but
Next year.
all the other classes,
Next year.
yeah, but all the other classes that were there is probably the biggest classes that NDPA has number wise.
Yeah.
Between the 4-wheel drive trucks, 2-wheel drive trucks.
Yeah. So
I don't get it.
First class on the pit side track, or the east track, was the what do they call it? A to Z molding GN 4-wheel drive trucks. So coming in first place was Lisa Peterson out of Wisconsin, driving the Bounty Hunter at 3:33.03. In second place, Tommy Corsa out of Georgia, driving American Made at 3:27.02. Third place was George Abshire with Going AWOL at 3:24.02. Fourth place, John Davis from Virginia, driving Seldom Seen at 3:22.02. In fifth place was Scott Phillips out of Michigan, driving Yankee Blue at 3:18.01. Sixth place was Rob Foster out of Michigan, driving a truck called Simply Red at 3:17.05. Then we went into the class that really rattled our cages. The Grand National Unlimited Modifieds. I will do the whole class here. We had 7 in the class. Coming in first place was Doug Theobald from Indiana, driving Full Blown Wicked at 299.05, which I think was a 3-engine mod.
I think so.
He had a crazy run. I had to ask him a little bit on his rules. They do allow 3-engine mods to run quite a bit more, or quite a bit bigger blowers. Mm-hmm. And so just a really beautiful run. Coming in second place was David Richardson from Kentucky, driving Foursome at 296.99. Third, Adam Bauer from Iowa with a tractor called Cross Threaded at 271.02. Fourth, Billy Beers out of New York with a War Wagon at 258.92. Fifth, Ricky Rose out of Minnesota with Giddy Up at 249.96. Sixth was Wayne Purser out of Norman, Oklahoma with a tractor called Uncle Sam at 214.06. And in seventh place was Joe Eder out of New York, driving Skag at 168.99.
Skag's, it's sponsored by Skag Motors.
Yeah, he calls it Skag. I don't.
I just did some. Joe's. Everybody knows who Joe is.
Yep.
Joe Eder is Mr. Unlimited Modified.
Oh yeah, Mr. Modified for many, many years. Very good at it. And chassis builder. I assume he still builds. And, he's busy down in Florida with another business too. I see.
So
sound like they had the anchor out on the modified class.
Yeah, the with the rain and everything, the track just wasn't ideal to make it happen. Bauer's sled was there out of Iowa, and he I think he was, I don't know. We didn't have a whole lot of rundown at the Buck. There's not a whole lot of safe rundown area there.
Yep.
And so he was being overly cautious on that track there. Yeah, it's past the T-walls and there's run out, but there's
still no barrier out there at the end. Like there's no physical
There,
barrier or
there,
anything like
there
that.
is there is physical T walls out in the pits at the
Yes.
end,
Yep.
but the way I got in there a little bit later on Friday, about 4 o'clock or a little bit before 4, and there was already a lot of trucks that were stacked down in the pits, and obviously most of those guys had never been there before, so they stacked extremely deep. They were literally across the bottom end of the track.
I could only
And
imagine how that was.
I was a little bit panicked because that's our safe zone there, but they were already in there and they were backed up, and there was no way to really get rid of them other than running them. So we ran the front ones out and then blocked that off, so we didn't have trucks down there. But like I was saying, it was a little bit crazy with so many trucks and so little pit room. So we changed the way we had the scales set up, and we changed the directions. So we actually scaled out of the pits, out the driveway, up and around, and through a gate in the top, straight into the top of the pits. So on Saturday, I created a bunch of lanes with cones, and we started stacking them all in lanes to get everybody in. So we had about, I don't know, six lanes set up to stack trucks in, and then we had a lot of open grass outside in the parking area. We had a section that was roped off that we used to stage trucks before we brought them in, because with we had 30 plus, I think there was 31 or 32 on Saturday, 4-wheel drives, and with all those trucks, you really got to be strategic about it. But anyway, on Saturday we had 2 bands of rain that came through, or 2 cells of rain. The first cell of rain came through. It was about the same amount as what we had on Friday night, but then we had a second cell that was still on behind it, and so we just held off for about a half an hour to 40 minutes, which was early. I think it was maybe 5. So anyway, the second cell of rain came through. I decided I was helping is it Wild and Blue 2-wheel drive?
Mhm.
I ducked under his canopy and got put to work holding down the canopy so it wouldn't blow away. So I bore the brunt of the first rainstorm on the back of my legs and in my shoes. And when the second cell came, I decided there was a little bit of a clearing in between. I decided I'm just going to sit in my truck. So I went out the back at the edge of where the spectators were parked, and I sat in my truck until the rain was over. And just before the rain was over, I decided I would change shoes and grab my stuff and get ready to head back in to continue with the show. And by the time I got a minute and a half, 2 minutes, got my shoes on and got my gear out of the truck, still raining at the end of the storm, there was probably 400 or more, maybe 500 people. The line was the whole way out past the drive down the hill, people waiting in line to get in. I'm telling you,
Wow.
the fans there are hardcore. Plus all the fans that stayed sitting in the stands and wouldn't leave so they didn't lose their seats. So it was crazy. But anyway, we got started after 9 o'clock. We had about a 2-hour delay. The track, a lot of water drained off the track, but the track also, they should have maybe graded or scraped a little bit more of the water off before they worked it in, but some of it got in. And so they really worked it a long time to try to air it out a little bit. We did have sunshine on the track for 10 or 15 minutes before it went down behind the trees, but we didn't get started till about 9:15, 9:10. I'm not 100% sure exact time, but we started out again with the Grand National Super Stock Open Tractors. On Saturday night, Jeff Hodem from Ohio with fully loaded took first place at 3:30.96. In second place was Aaron Hall out of Wisconsin, driving a John Deere called Taking Care of Business at 2:93 even. Third place was Brian Diekman from Ohio with the original Judge at 2:78.92. And in fourth place was Zane Deli from Iowa with Rutton Deer 2 at 276.96. And in fifth place, our friend Lance Mysick from New York with a fent called High Hopes at 276.06. There was 9 tractors, 8. Hold on. There was 8 tractors in that class.
Right.
There was 8 tractors in that class. All right. Next up, we have the two-wheel drive trucks. Two-wheel drive trucks were, so the Super Stock Open pulled on, we had a little bit of a shuffle there because of the rain and the track conditions. We had Super Stock Open on the pit side track, which is the east track, and then we had two-wheel drives running on the west track, announcer side stands. So coming in first place in the Grand National two-wheel drive trucks was Brad Mariotto from Iowa with a truck called Born to Boogie at 350.02. In second place was Matt Kane out of Eaton, Ohio, driving a Chevy called Dark Horse at 350.00. I did talk with Matt Kane in the pits. He was driving the buggy pulling around another truck. It's kind of a ratted out. I forget what it's called.
Mad Max, I think.
Yeah, Mad Max. And I talked with him a little bit, and he said he was driving this Dark Horse, which was owned by the same guy. I said, "How old are you?" He's like, "I just turned 16." So not bad for a guy out in the Grand National circuit at 16 years old pulling a second place. In third place was Tim Beatty out of Tennessee with a Chevy called Lumberjack at 339.97. And fourth place was Brandon Lee out of Zebulon, North Carolina with the Wild and Blue Chevy at 338.02. And in fifth place was Jacob Shepard out of Michigan with Alcohol Addiction retapped at 331.94. And again, I got to do sixth place. And sixth place was Steve Wilson out of Maryland with Running Bear at 327.91.
Wow, Stevie.
Then our last
words make everything in the name of a vehicle.
Something that
alcohol, what addiction or Alcohol Express retapped?
Yeah.
You said instead of reloaded or 2.0 or something, retapped. Get it?
Yeah.
Head.
So our last class of the evening was the four-wheel drive, the Grand National four-wheel drive trucks. Coming in first place, Tommy Corsa from Georgia with American Made, having a killer run. I think he took the Buckmaster cash along home at 304.98. In second place was his teammate, Tyler Corsa from Georgia with a truck called Triple Threat at 302.03. In third place, John Wersinski out of New York with a truck called Bandit at 298.04. Fourth place, Taylor Corsa, another Corsa from Georgia with TaylorMade at 295.95. In fifth place was Peyton. Stupid double scroll. In fifth place was Peyton Davis out of Virginia with the Punisher Chevrolet at 288.90. So that's the top of the list. If you want to see all the results, you can go on NTPA's website and click on results and scroll down until you find Quarryville, Pennsylvania, and they should be on there. There was 38 registered for Friday night, and we had 31. I think we had 31. I'm in the wrong page. I have my lineups. We had 32. We had 32 that were on the list lineups for Friday night, and I had 31 on the list for Saturday night, but because of the rain, we had a couple that didn't want to entertain it. I don't know if they were.
Some had issues too.
Yeah, we had a couple that had issues. Troy had a problem. Troy Nails had a problem with killing time. He didn't have any power. Like when he turned his switch on, he had no power and he couldn't figure out why, so he had to scratch. And George Abshire with going AWOL had an ignition issue. So the rain did a number on some. We had a couple that bowed out politely because they just didn't feel like the track was up to specs for them because of the rain. But either way, it was a great show. Spectators loved it. I talked with some spectators after the fact, and they're like, yeah, we'd definitely be back. So I think that the spectators, a lot of them drove from long distances because it's a national show, and I think they were just appreciative that they got to see something and didn't get sent home empty-handed. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. If you want to know anything else, call me privately. No, it was a good show. It was a good show. We made it through. It was a little bit of a learning curve, learning to work with the NTPA crew. There was 10 or 12 guys on the crew, and I got to meet all of them. They're all extremely cool people, and hopefully I can find a couple of them when I go to Bowling Green, Ohio for the tractor pulling championship and get to say hello. Yep.
You'll find them. 10-4. It's a big show at the bar.
I took it over an hour. I'm sorry.
Over an hour? Oh, that's it. I think we can survive 8 minutes over an hour. It's all good. Yeah, great. Yeah, it's good. And Mother Nature threw a curveball at both events, and I'm sure we're not the only two.
I guess if I had one more thing if I had one more thing to add, kudos to the sled operators. It was Bauer from Missouri and Allison's running the other sled, and they did an excellent job making it work on a track that was not quite 100% moisture-wise, but we did some sled resets and made it work. Or they did.
It's never a bad track. It's bad setups.
No, I'm not blaming the track. I'm just saying
everybody's got to pull on the same track. Right?
Yeah, yep. Everybody pulled in the same track. And one thing I did notice on Saturday night, the guys that rehooked or were within the last 5 were up there. It seemed as, I don't know, we had some fog rolling in. And when the fog came in, it seemed like the trucks didn't do quite as good. And when the fog lifted again later on, then all of a sudden they started getting longer distances. So there was a lot of guys. It took a little bit longer to get the guys through because a lot of guys made changes, last minute changes at the end of the track after they observed what was going on. And it was a game of setups. That's for sure.
I filmed at the Buck years ago when it got foggy, and I mean it can get thick where you can barely. You still see the start line, but it ain't real easy.
Yeah, this wasn't bad.
It was safe enough. You could see what was going on.
Unlike the one at Beast of the East years ago, where we couldn't see the flagmen because of the old crappy lights we had back then.
Yeah.
I think we could probably get Scoot by now with our bright lights. I think we have enough light there to make it work.
Yeah, the lighting at the whole facility now is just awesome. Great place.
Yep.
We had Brian Yoder Saturday night at Selinsgrove, so there was no fear of raindrops or anything, him being able to handle that. So
Brian was one of the guys that said just straight after we did get that little bit of rain shower, just Brian said just run the scrapers and go.
Yep.
Well, I think if we'd all have our choice of sled operators, we'd probably all three fight over Brian Yo. Maybe not JR, but I would.
I'm not a promoter, so.
No, I was just saying, like, you see a lot of different sled operators in your travels and are friends with all of them.
Yeah, pretty much. Used to be friends with a lot of them anyway. But no, they're all good in their particular category with their sleds and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Allison's fine, of course. Bauer, Vaughn don't need any introduction. He's been at it a very long time. Krause's crew. Yep. They get her done.
Yeah. I got talking about Bauer there. I got to meet some pretty cool people from all over the country that got their nose in pulling for years.
Yeah.
Profab.
Peterson's,
Peterson's. Yeah, I don't know all their names. So many of them I talked to, but great people for sure.
You've been pulling a long time. Peterson. For sure. All right, well, we're in an hour and 12 minutes. I don't want to drag it out any longer. We have to. DJ's getting sleepy. He's got bacon to take care of, so.
Yeah, I got to get some sleep too. I got to get on the roof first thing in the morning.
Oh, yeah, man. Be careful in the heat, man.
I'm not going to be on for too long, so I'll be fine.
No. I don't blame you. Get out there and get her done in the morning early and get off the roof.
It's first thing. First thing.
Well, get out and support a pool this weekend. I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do. I'm not sure. But anyway, get out and support a pool, guys, gals. Promoters depend on it.
Busy season's coming up, all the fairs and everything going on.
You bet.
I'm going to be hanging out. I'm going to be hanging out close to DJ's place this weekend. I'm going to be in Center County, Tyrone, PA. Actually, it's not very close, but
Tyrone's on the other side of Center County.
Yeah. Almost Blair County.
Yep.
Got a family cabin weekend, so we're going to have about 40 people there.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's going to be a riot. It's going to be a riot.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure we'll probably try to be back next week. It'll probably be a brief hit because I'm not sure. I'd like to go to Hughesville, but I don't know if I can make out on Friday or not. That's a long hike for me. We'll see. I have to look around and see what else is running somewhere. If not, definitely, like I say, we got Harford County Farm Fair coming up. Huge week coming up at the West End Fair. And probably next show or two, we're going to hear all about the last Beast of the East pool of the year as well. So
we have a Keystone Truck Show on top of that yet.
Yep, Keystone Truck Show. Pretty good pools coming up.
Yep.
Okay. All right. We're going to get out of here. DJ, appreciate you coming on, man.
Yep. Thanks a lot.
You guys it was a great event. Hopefully we can do it again next year as successful or better. So.
Yep.
All right. Hopefully we'll see you next week. If not, just keep an eye on social media. We'll let you know. See ya.
Adios.